veterano, old family first, fam. Taught the world to swing that double-edged sword, it works, fam. BJJ from GJJ, like Cool Herc gave birth to what your DJ plays. But despite the lineage, I will never be closed-minded.
What's up, guys? I'm JESSAMYN out of 10th Planet Richmond, and wanted to do a video to kind of talk about something I've been trying to push a lot and integrate into my game and kind of bring to people's attention, and that's striking from rubber guard. And I've been a big proponent of saying that I think that rubber guard is the best guard for MMA because it allows you to have a very active guard, to throw up submissions, throw up attacks, work on getting up to your feet, frustrating them, while minimizing the damage that you take, which is the really important part. Being able to do all those things without taking too much damage. In MMA, traditionally, trying to work a traditional guard, at this point, this is bad. We've seen plenty of fights where people get TKO'd from guard nowadays. People are getting really good with their ground and pound. They really know what they're doing. It's extremely difficult to try and throw up traditional jiu-jitsu attacks, arm bars, and triangles from the guard and not take some damage. It still works, but it's all about percentages. And in a fight, me personally, I like to take as little damage as possible. If I'm just trying to throw up basic attacks, basic arm bars, and she explodes up out of that, what happens at this point is I now get pounded again. I work and I try and break them down. You'll see them say here, they'll hang onto the head, and from this position, they can still punch you in the face. They still work on you. You're constantly eating punches in the face while trying to break that posture down. Your hands are tied up. Take mission control. They're trying to lock your hips down. Any basic wrestler will try to do this. They'll feel you go to mission control. They're going to try and lock your hips down. They think that that's going to be enough. But if you will look at the Jason Day versus Alan Belcher fight, Jason Day, from straight mission control, nothing more, no New York, nothing else, absolutely just wails on Alan Belcher from this position because he's able to keep that shoulder lock down. He's able to keep him down. He can't really punch him effectively. If he does, he's going to give him more. So what ends up happening is he can punch from here, he can elbow from here, and he does. And I don't know how many unanswered blows there were from this position. Alan Belcher's constantly trying to posture up, but he can't. It's exhausting to them to do this. Jason Day will switch and grab his shin sometimes and switch sides and start hitting on this side with those elbows, cutting here. It's really nasty. Back elbows, regular elbows, side elbows, switch back to mission control, go back to your punches, go back to your elbows. If elbows aren't legal, the punches and the hammer fists are there all day long. And it's a really strong position, and I'm shocked that people aren't using it more in MMA, but that's just the basic. That's just the beginning, and if you watch that fight, he's able to do so much damage to Alan Belcher that by the time Alan Belcher finally explodes up and gets away, he stands up, he wants to get out of his guard so bad, stands up, gets away, they stand up, and Jason Day's able to actually TKO him on the feet because he sat there in rubber guard, broken down, beaten down. It's exhausting. In my fight on The Ultimate Fighter to get in the house in the elimination fight, I did a lot from double bagger, which is when just the basic double bagger, just reaching up, grabbing those toes, and keeping them down. I used this position right here to get some elbow strikes in. I used it actually to help clear the head because she was burying her corner, was screaming for her to bury her head to make it difficult for me to switch because they were wise to what I was trying to do. So I started using the elbows to clear that head, and sure enough, it's easy enough now to get this position. Looking back on it, I wish that I'd been more patient and just kept this position, kept my arm here nice and straight, keeps that elbow pushed down. I wish I'd just been patient and just caused more damage before I actually tried to switch and go and get the head cleared from here, because I ended up losing her going for an arm bar from here. And I think that if I'd done more damage, I might have been able to slow her down a little bit more. So just from mission control to New York, switching up, you want to go New York crackhead. The best position you can get into, I think, for probably the striking off your back would be muddy waters. And once you're in New York crackhead here, I need to get that elbow up on my stomach to get it out of the way, because if she's strong, she's going to be basing out and making it really hard for me to get anything. So you can grab that wrist and work your pump. If you can do it without the wrist, that's fine too. I like to grab the wrist just to make sure I get it. And you're going to work that pump, till that elbow falls up on the side there. Now, she's a lot more flexible than some people you might run into. I'm right into the dead orchard position from here, which is horrible. This is bad. But if I wanted to go to muddy waters, I would now go to high double bag. And now I'm in a really bad position, or she's in a really bad position. And I've got her arms locked in. I've got arm locks from here. I've got elbows from here. I've got her arm, shoulder locked in. And this is just bad news all day long for her. It's extremely powerful. And that's what I'm saying. You can strike off your back. She can't do anything. If she tries to do anything, it's not going to help her. And all it's going to do is give me whatever submission it is I want. Alright, which in this case, I would probably just go for the armbar, let that foot snap, tap, and finish it from there.
Dilated. Yeah. Worldwide. Gracie Veterano, old family first fam. Taught the world to swim.